Hi, it's Alaska Granny. I recently took a cruise that included South America, including the port of Manta in Ecuador. I took a cruise ship excursion to Pacoche Lodge. It's located in one of the last semi-dry tropical forests on the Ecuadorian coast. It's interesting because as you drive along, it's completely desert, but then suddenly you're into the beautiful forest when you reach the Pacoche Lodge. Pacoche is well known for howler monkeys, 250 species of birds, beautiful foliage. The Pacoche Lodge offered all types of cultural events and information on this excursion. If you travel to Pacoche Wildlife Refuge as part of a cruise tour, it is approximately a half-day tour. The forest is so interesting, but it does require a little bit of mobility. There are parts that are steep. There's a wooden bridge. It can be slippery. The guide took time to make sure that everyone was accommodated. There are a number of educational activities, which of course lead to buying opportunities. They demonstrated nut carving, hat making, sugar pulping, and lunch making. There was not much in the way of wildlife. They're advertising 240 types of birds, howler monkeys, and I actually did not see any wildlife when I was at the Pacoche Wildlife Refuge.
This is called trapiche, no? That's how the machine is called, trapiche. That's how they've been extracting the juice from the sugar cane from decades, no?
Do they do something with the rest?
Don Gonzalo, ¿qué hace con el resto? ¿Sí se lo comen los animales?
Sí, para allá mismo.
Para allá mismo, ¿no?
Sí, claro.
Yeah. They use it to feed the animals. Even
yeah.
Maria but they cut it, no?
Yeah.
The horses, they don't eat like the whole things, so you have to cut it and put them in a clean spit.
Aye.
Most of the mules, horses, and donkeys, they somehow they don't eat straight from the dirt. They they eat straight from the plant. But if something is down the dirt and it got with get dirty, they don't eat it. Okay, so Mr. Gonzalo, he just brought the liquid, no? And he got this nice wooden oven in here, so he's warming up the juice of the sugar cane. So he just waits until it thicks up, no? And move around so it doesn't stick on the pan, no?
How long does it take to become a block?
¿Cuánto tiempo se demora para que
3
se...
horas. 3 horas.
Around 3 hours he takes in this type of fire, no? Because in some other places they use propane, it's a little bit faster. But in here he takes 3 hours, you know, just put some wood inside and to get thick, no? And after that we get the panela, no? Let me try so everybody knows that it's safe. I love this actually. It's really good.
There was some kind of nut or seed pod growing on a tree, and then a guy was grinding them and making little animals and ornaments. I was mostly interested in this electrical setup here in the Wildlife Refuge in Ecuador. I don't think that would pass code in the United States. We had a demonstration on how to make the hats. We always hear them referred to as Panama hats. That's because they used to wear them when they were building the Panama Canal. But they actually are from Ecuador, and they're called Monte Cristo hats.
Mr. Ramiro, he brought this demonstration in here in situ to show us how the Monte Cristo hat is made, no? So the first thing, you remember that I told you that we saw the plant, the toquilla? But we just saw it when the cogollo was already open, it was already a leaf. But for getting the fiber to make the Monte Cristi hat, but you have to cut it before it opens up. You can pass it around and take a look at it. So that one is called a cogollo, no? A cogollo, no? What Mr. Ramiro is showing you, it's the heart of the cogollo, because those are the fibers that we're gonna end up using. Not exactly those fibers right there, but inside of the fibers that he's showing you are the fibers that they use to make the hat. What we're doing after we open it up and we take the leftovers of the cogollo, the greener parts that they are not worth it to make the hat, no? We put them to boil. Yeah, it boils from around 8 to 12 minutes. This also depends on the artisan. Why do they boil it? They boil it because they want to get any types of dirt or insects out of the fiber, no? To keep it, to maintain it. After they boil it, they put them to air dry. Air dry. He rolls them up, the fiber that apparently was the fiber that we were going to use, but no. He rolls them up, and then he's taking the fibers to make the toquilla, the hat.
Weaving of one of the Monte Cristi hats was demonstrated by this artisan. Unbelievable how tiny and thin the fibers are once they start weaving them. And this must just take hours and hours and days and days. No wonder they're so expensive. Beautiful artisan work.
Viola in here, she's a really good chef, so she's going to show us how to make this traditional dish. It's called tonga, T-O-N-G-U-A, tonga, okay? Okay, before she puts the rice in there, you see this leaf right here? Yeah, that is a plantain leaf. So, what do they cook with plantain and also wood? The meal is going to absorb the flavors of the wood and also the leaf, no? So she put some rice, that is a stewed chicken. So some peanut sauce. The special ingredients are just onion, pepper, and some garlic and salt. It's all natural. And peanuts, yeah, and peanut butter, exactly. We got also another carbohydrate, you know, that's a plantain. But when it's already sweet, how you call it? Ripe, exactly. When the plantain, it takes, you know, you leave it in your shelf for a week, it's gonna ripe. So it's delicious. It's sweet. So that's fried. So you fry it, and that is a side dish, okay? So, and another carbohydrate that we use in here is called cassama or yuk. That's both names, you know, yuk, and that's very common also here. It's a root, you know, so it grows everywhere in here. So what we're going to do is we put them on the oven, no, on the
Coals.
yeah, on the base of the oven. No? Put them to cook, to get to absorb the juices of all of them. But if you want to get a little more flavor, you probably leave it 1 hour. No? So that one is been there for 15 minutes. So we're gonna sí podemos probar. Okay, so now there is some dishes.
The Pacoche Wildlife Refuge was a beautiful place. I was disappointed there was no wildlife, but I enjoyed the demonstrations and the different things that we learned. It was also extremely hot in Ecuador, and one thing I was very glad that I had with me, the Tough Outfitters cooling towel. It comes with a little pouch. You wet it, wring it out, and then you just drape it around your neck. I found it very useful. It really worked. At the end of the day, I would rinse it out again, hang it up to dry. You can store it back in the pouch and have it ready to use on your next hot day excursion. You can see me here wearing it around my neck. It really did the trick. Between that and my favorite sun hat, I was able to stay as cool and comfortable as possible. I hope you'll like my video, share it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.